Hi. All right. So I'm going to review this lesson quickly. This is the Nearpod that I used for my live lesson today on professionality and grades and how to pass English A in the first trimester. So I, had you do a poll, and I guess you're not allowed to go on. So I'm feeling great because folks showed up to class. Then I asked another question: have you submitted any work? Yes or no? And then I wanted you to tell me something that you think about iLearn. You could say whatever you think. And now, here's the part that I want to make sure I share with you. So the grading policy is such: 30% of your grade is what we call project development, and that is the assignments you do where you're learning how to do the work, right? So these assignments here in your content for this first unit were all in the project development category. And the way you know that is that their scores are less than 100%. Now, the project itself of your grade, and that's here, right? So you have a live lesson from the first that you can watch. You have a model of what it should look like when your project is done. You have the choice board itself where you do the work. You have to email me the work. Actually, I want you to share me on some Google Docs, right? So when I get your assignment, it should look something like this, where you have written what you think the theme is, and you've annotated and put notes on each page, right? That's what I'm looking for. I'm here. All right. And then finally, you'll just press submit so that I can grade your work. Now, that project is worth 100 points, and I already put it as a 0. So if you have not done it, it's a 0. Only 3 students have completed it so far. You still have a chance. Please turn it in late. More important to turn in something late than not at all. And the last part of your grade, 20%, is what we call professionality. So, quiz, I'll give you a little quiz, and you'll do that quickly, and I'm just going to answer anything. I'm not even going to read the questions. We'll give you your score, and then we're moving on. All right. So this is an example of 2 students. Somebody asked me the question, do I have to attend live sessions? Now, I get it that there's some scheduling conflicts, and sometimes you have more than one live session scheduled. The live sessions are where you can actually speak to me and get questions answered in real time. So that's the advantage of coming. But this is a student who has attended all the live classes and actively participated, but lacks follow-through in iLearn. Right? So they haven't actually logged into iLearn very much at all. I've only seen them come into the course in September, not at all in October. They finished this assignment with 100% and this assignment with a 75%, but they didn't do these assignments at all, and they didn't do the project, right? And so yesterday, the overall grade was 81%, because when you average 75 and 100, you get 81. But when I put the 0 in for no project, overall grade is now 30%. Right, so that's not a good look. And I will be zeroing out professionality tomorrow after I give you a chance to do an assignment to raise this grade. I'll be putting that in based on my observation. And so you will earn a professionality grade even without doing this assignment based on how often I've talked to you or seen you or had a response via email. Right? So if you're not in communication with me, expect a low professionality grade. And get on it. I can be found a million ways. I have Snapchat. I'm on Facebook Messenger. I have an Instagram. I'm on Twitter. You have my phone number, right? So there's no excuses. I have 2 email addresses. There's a myriad of ways to get a hold of me. So please make sure you're doing that. And the more often you do communicate in appropriate ways, the higher your professionality grade will be. All right. Here's a different student, right? This student has actually not attended or participated in any of the live sessions. I had one video conference with this student with their graduation guardian on Friday. And after that, they were able to log in. Yesterday, you can see, logged in at 3:43 a.m. And that must have been when they completed the project, because I got up this morning and there was a project in my inbox, and it was decent quality, so it earned a 75%. So even though the student didn't do very well on the activating schema quiz, they did 100% on that assignment, 100% on that assignment, 92% on that assignment, and so the overall grade is a 75. right? I haven't put professionality in yet, but since I had this conference, that professionality grade will be higher than it would have been before Friday. Okay, so another little quiz I'll give you, and you'll answer what do you think. Again, I'm just going to answer these without reading them and without thinking about them, because once you've scored, they will tell you what the answers are, and you can analyze that more. And finally, what are we doing today? Today is your chance to get a higher professionality grade. You'll complete this lesson. It's at the bottom of the project, right? So after you've completed the project, I put here on purpose. If you haven't yet completed the project, please do. After you complete the project, you'll go here, and first you'll do the Nearpod, which is to type your name in where mine is and go through it, and then you'll reflect and answer the questions, right? So the questions that are here in that box, you'll press submit, and that will be it. All right, that will be the end of your work.